We all go through seasons where we feel an abundance of motivation, then something happens. We feel burnt out or tend to lose that drive, but don't let this stop you from living your dream. It is okay, and it's normal to feel this way. Once that happens, it is up to you to find that momentum again and gain the motivation you are looking for. I don't know about you, but when I feel unmotivated, I feel useless. I feel empty and almost like a zombie. If you surround yourself with inspiring people and positivity, I guarantee you that you will find your motivation. If you allow yourself to be drawn to negativity and you stay there, negativity will always surround and consume you. When you fall, you just have to get back up and try again. You have to tell yourself that you cannot give up when something doesn't go as planned. If you're passionate about something, you will not allow yourself to give up. Without struggle, there is no progress. Work hard, stay passionate, and stay motivated.
Welcome back to my video series, Staying Motivated. In this week's episode, I had the opportunity to talk with Brian Ambs. Brian Ambs is a YouTuber, a skateboard company owner, and he loves all things spicy. And we dove into how he is also a photographer, and we dove into how he stays motivated. So let's jump into the conversation. But the first part's the introduction, like who you are and what you do. Yeah, so if you just want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Brian Ambs. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I own Revive Skateboards, Force Wheels, 3 Block Skateboards, Pancake Attack, Children Clothing, and I have a couple YouTube channels. I eat some spicy food, and I just recently started a gaming channel with my buddy and business partner, Andy Schrock.
Nice. And the stuff you do, like heat-wise, it's crazy. Like I've probably been following you, like your YouTube channel, for like a year or two, but I don't know if you remember this, but I'm friends with Michael Barquette, and
oh, cool.
At the Force skate and hang at Ollie's, I was taking photos there, and you like
I think I do remember that.
You caught my flash, you said.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I know you from like photography too. That's how I like.
Oh, cool.
That's how I heard about you, is from photography. But I remember you did the Death Nut 2.0, and I tried it, and it's horrible. It was so bad.
Did you complete it?
Yeah, I did, but like I drank too much milk, and I ended up like just feeling horrible.
Yep, that will happen. That'll happen. At least you didn't get. Did you get any stomach cramps from it?
No.
Then you got super lucky. Yeah. Those are 10 times worse than anything you'll ever feel in the mouth side.
Oh man, that doesn't sound fun at all.
It's the worst. It's like the main thing that I try to avoid nowadays, because like I feel like I'm pretty like leveled up on the mouth side. Like the mouth side is something you can just kind of deal with. It's like it sucks, but it's like not that bad. Yeah. But once it starts translating to your stomach, that is like truly life-changing. It will bring you to your knees. It is 10 times more painful than anything you'll feel in your mouth.
Man, that doesn't sound fun at all.
It's awful.
What are some of your biggest passions?
I like how you mentioned the photography side of it, because I have a degree in photography. That's what before I was doing all of the, like, before I joined the different skateboard companies that I now own and work with, I was a freelance photographer, and I still, clearly I do all the photography for all of the different companies, and I have that passion still. So I love that. I love skateboarding. I try to skate as much as humanly possible, and I'm very thankful that we have some of the best, in my opinion, some of the best riders in the world riding for a variety of my different companies, and I love spicy food. So part of the reason why I started my spicy food related channel is that I love spicy food because I grew up with it. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and buffalo wings are from there. So I've been around spicy food my whole life, and once I started making videos and started learning about the industry, I just absolutely fell in love with the hot sauce and the spicy world. and just want to kind of help grow it, bring it up, make it bigger, better than anything, basically.
Yeah, and I know we kind of talked on Instagram the other day how you put hot sauce in coffee.
Yeah.
Like I would have never thought to try that.
Oh yeah, that was tincture works the best in my opinion because it doesn't change the flavor of it. But that tincture actually, that's made by J Small Batch, a company that I'm like really into right now, and that's got like it's got turbinado sugars like number one ingredient, so it's got a little bit of sweetness. And there's also like balsamic vinegar that's in it. It's really good for like desserts. So it's like perfect for coffee. And it just adds that little bit of kick, and it's good for you. It raises your metabolism. It's high in antioxidants. It's good for you.
That's awesome. What motivates you?
I don't know, I get tagged on Instagram a lot with kids that are getting their first skateboards, or kids that are learning skateboarding and learning about how much, or explaining to me how much skateboarding means to them, or how much they've found enjoyment in skateboarding, or picking skateboarding up again for like I was skateboarding when I was 15. I'm 40 now, and I'm getting my first board again, and I'm so thankful for the videos that you guys make. So like that's, I mean, I would say that in itself is very, very motivating, because if I can. If through, I mean, it's not my channel, but it's Andy's channel, but I help him on his channel quite often. But if through those videos that we can get more people skateboarding or find the love of skateboarding, I mean, that's a win-win in my book for sure. So that's incredibly motivating. Also trying to represent skateboarding in a positive and the best way that we can to kind of like show the joy that I get from skateboarding. Just try to, spread that and share that as much as I possibly can with others is, clearly something that we want to be doing and motivating. And that the same thing translates into like my spicy world, I love the industry. I love hot sauce. I love spicy foods. These are products that, they're good for you. And if I can highlight a small hot sauce maker or a small company that's making a really, really delicious, high quality product and bring it to a world or a person that has never heard of it and might never have heard of it, that's incredibly motivating as well, because there's a lot of makers out there that put a lot of care and thought and source ingredients and make a very high quality product. And if I can just, share that world a little bit more, it's definitely a win-win for me.
That's awesome. And it's cool, like when seeing like you guys and like Revive reposting the stuff on Instagram. Like I see you do it all the time when like people tag you and you repost it, and I'm sure that like the people seeing that makes them happy that you guys actually care enough to repost it.
I try to repost them as much as I don't get to repost all of them because I don't see all of them, but I try to repost them as much as possible, just because I like to have that kind of that interaction. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that I'm like some fancy person or this big, deal or anything like that. But when I was a kid, I would have been super, super hyped on that. And so that aspect might be motivating to someone. And so if I can motivate someone, I'm happy to do so.
That's awesome. What helps you stay motivated when you start feeling unmotivated?
You just have to have, you just have to have a good work ethic, basically. And I'm not going to say like there are times where it's challenging. People tell me all the time, like you might have like the greatest job in the world. And I'm like, I agree. I have an amazing job, and I do not take this for granted ever. It's still, I just posted this the other day on my Instagram. Like it blows my mind that I can walk in the building and I turn the lights on to our skate park, and that this is like a skate park that I can come skate whenever I want. Like that concept just constantly blows my mind. And I try to do my best to never take anything like that for granted. Honestly, a lot of it, I run off of fear, like making sure that I can, continue to put out these products, Andy is kind of like the face of it, where he does a lot of the marketing, the YouTube side of it. But I'm the back end where I do all of the ordering, I take care of I manage all of the employees, a lot of the riders, a lot of those kind of things. And so, I want to make sure that the companies continue to be profitable and we're making the right business decisions and that my employees have a job to come to. And so like the thought of jeopardizing that or that not working out is terrifying. So it motivates me to work very hard to make sure that they are successful.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's really good because you said like you have all these people that like I wouldn't say rely on you, but they're relying on you to like help them support themselves and their family. So even that can be super motivating.
Oh, absolutely. It was very scary when like the whole COVID thing came up because there's a lot of jobs and restaurants and things where employees, they're being furloughed or they're being laid off. And at first I was terrified. I didn't know where the market was going to go, where all this was going to happen,
Right.
We wanted to make sure that if things were to get rough for us, where we're going to be able to keep our employees, like how is this all going to pan out? Luckily we've been okay thus far. But it's very scary.
It is. And it's mind-blowing because like everything's like shut down, like skate parks. So it's crazy to me that like the skateboard sales have like spiked since then, because like there's like nowhere to skate really.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're going through like it's pretty common in the industry now. Like we're on like a skateboard shortage at the moment. There's so many people skateboarding. They're starting to skateboard right now that it's hard to get a skateboard. Like you go into skate shops and a lot of the shelves are empty.
Wow.
Because they just manufacturing cannot keep up with the demand right now.
Yeah.
It's just been wild. This is one of the biggest growths in skateboarding I've seen ever.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy right now.
Yeah. What advice do you have for staying motivated?
Constantly coming up with new and cool ways to kind of get your voice out there, experimentation, collaboration, working with other people, like we collaborate with, there's the whole Revive Force Straight Quarters family, we all have our own different social media platforms and whatnot. So we're constantly like working with other channels, like I'm on Sam Tabor's channel all the time and Ryan Bracken, and I do stuff with Andy Clearly all the time, and they're on my channel, and that definitely keeps me motivated. And so like I have all the skateboarding stuff. I have my spicy food channel, and then I also have my new gaming channel that I started. So there's like a lot of diversity there. Mm-hmm. And so when you're seeing a little bit of success in one of them or having a lot of fun in one of them, that kind of motivates you to kind of like really hammer hard at another one of them. So I think I guess maybe at the end, just keeping it fresh, keeping it fresh is the best way I could say to me to stay motivated. But I just do my best to kind of like always try to remain optimistic about anything that's going on.
That's great. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I've been following most of you guys for a while, and like, it's just nice seeing how like close all of you guys are. And like you mentioned, your new gaming channel, like you and Andy are hilarious together.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like
we've always talked about doing like some sort of like weird, I don't know, like not a reality show, but like we talked about it all the time. I wish we could have, we're trying to think of what the thing's name is, but in like in Mario 64 you have that like that cloud with the guy with the camera on it. If we just had one of those that could just follow us around all day and just do that and just cut that into a television show, like it would be hilarious.
It would.
Because the things that we do and get into on a daily basis are just hysterical. I've known the guy since I was like I don't even know, like 12 years old. So
wow,
we've been good friends for a long time.
That's awesome. And they're like being close, working with like a bunch of friends is super rewarding and motivating too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've met some of my best friends in the world through whether it's the skateboard industry. I mean, a lot of the riders are here in Cincinnati. Some of them are not, but in a pre-COVID world, we're thankful that we can, travel a lot. We go to California all the time. We bring riders on trips. These are some of my best friends on the planet. And we're not going to put like a rider or something on one of the companies that we don't 100% back. And so, they're all amazing people, So I've met some of my best friends. And same thing with the Spicy World industry, I know a ton of makers. I know a ton of other YouTubers that exist in this space, and they're all just awesome people. So very fortunate.
That's awesome. Have you made your own yet, or is that something that you'd want to do eventually?
Own sauce?
Yeah, making your own sauce.
Yes and no. So in some way, it makes me feel like it would be a conflict of interest to make my own hot sauce, because I do like hot sauce reviews, I guess you could say. I don't like to call them reviews on my channel. I just like talking about just highlighting or talking about a company, and it's an experience.
Yeah.
But would I make a hot sauce? Yes, absolutely. Because I do think that there's a separation there, at the same time, it would take me a lot, because if I were to make my own sauce, I have to work directly with a maker that I really, really trust and really want to get it correct. But simultaneously, I do a couple products that are coming out this year. I've got a couple seasonings, blends, powders that are going to be coming out at some point, probably in the fall. And then I have a spicy chocolate bar. It's actually sitting right there. It's a little Easter egg on my set.
Nice.
It's been sitting in the background for the last 6 months. That'll be coming out. I don't know, hopefully sometime soon, actually. And then another, and it's not going to be it'll be like a semi-challenge product. It's not going to be, it'll be more of a get it in your body and ride the wave kind of scenario. And then I got another product that is in early stage in development that is going to be extremely hot, that should hopefully be coming out later this year as well. So I do have some things in the works, but I'm just trying to have fun with it, see where it all goes.
Nice. So this is the last part of the conversation. So if there's any last words that you think anybody should know, and then anything that you want to plug or shout out, you can go ahead and do that too.
Oh, this is the end of it right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. All I want to say is that, skateboarding rules. Skateboarding is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Finding a skateboard, picking it up. It's the thing that drives me, motivates me to do basically anything in life. Getting a skateboard from a young age completely changed my life for the better. It's the greatest thing in the world. I love spicy food. I love the spicy food industry. I think that everyone should be exploring that, whether you eat 100 Carolina Reapers or a mild sauce is the greatest thing to you. It doesn't matter where your tolerance is. It's just a wonderful industry, and people should be exploring that more. That being said, I don't know. Thank you very much for having me. It's been amazing. If anybody watching, check out my skateboard companies, Revive Skateboards, Force Wheels, 3 Block. If you got a little kiddo out there, I got Pancake Attack. It's a line of children's clothing. And here on YouTube, I got some spicy stuff, and I got a new gaming channel, so check that all out.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you took the time to come on. I know we've been trying to plan it for a while, but I'm glad it finally worked out.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thanks for being so lenient with my schedule. It's great. My weeks get insane. I really appreciate it.